Okay, we are about midway into National Sandwich Month. We've had a couple good sandwiches on the show so far, and I'm really excited about this one this morning. Dang Banh Mi and owner Dave Paul joining us here this morning to make what you say could be one of the best that we find here in the Austin area. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Okay, for those who aren't familiar with what a banh mi is,
Okay,
tell us.
banh mi is actually, it's the Vietnamese term for bread, but
Okay.
everybody outside of Vietnam kind of associates banh mi with the sandwich banh mi.
Right.
And so that's pretty much the story. I mean, there's several banh mi places in town, but we wanted to bring something that was straight from Vietnam. I actually learned these recipes from a lady in Vietnam who was named by Anthony Bourdain on No Reservations as the best banh mi in Vietnam.
Wow.
It was
Wow.
a 100-year-old family recipe. And I had a Vietnamese friend who translated over the phone over the course of several months.
Really?
So these aren't my recipes. These are actually hers that she taught me. She'd never taught anybody else in Vietnam. She never taught her own employees how to make these sandwiches. But she loved the idea of having her sandwiches served in the United States, where she never visited. And so I was lucky, and she taught me how to do it.
That's very impressive. So you're getting something truly authentic.
It's, yeah, hers is actually very atypical for banh mi in Vietnam.
Okay.
It's a lot more elaborate than a lot of Vietnamese sandwiches. But I think that's what makes it taste so
Well,
good.
and I think Americans like elaborate sandwiches. You know, we like
Yeah,
to pile
yeah.
on things.
Yeah, no, this is definitely a Texas-sized sandwich.
Oh,
I
there
can
you go.
promise
I like that. So show us, how do we begin the banh mi?
Okay, cool. Well, first you got to start off with a great piece of French bread. Banh mi bread's kind of different than typical bread, where it's going to have like a good alligator skin on the outside and be crispy. At the same time, like you need to be able to pull the bread so that you can get all the fillings in there.
Okay.
So it's different than what you get over in Paris or something like that.
Have you hollowed it out? Is that what you've
Yeah,
done
I
here?
hollowed it out because we make sure that there's enough room for all the fillings. Like I
Right.
said, it's a big sandwich, so we
Yeah.
want to make sure there's good value. So the first thing we start with at Dang is Japanese mayonnaise, and we put about a teaspoon of that in the sandwich.
We've heard about this Japanese mayonnaise before.
it's
How is
Kewpie
it different
mayonnaise.
than anything else?
It's got more citric acid and
Okay.
lemon than a lot of other mayonnaises.
Did you say Kewpie?
Kewpie.
Yes, yes. We've had that on before. I've heard it's great.
And then the next thing we have is we have house-made pate.
Oh, wow.
Which, most pate, you find canned pate is like more spreadable,
man.
but ours is more crumbly.
and what's it made out of?
What's it made out of? Well, a lot of
Do I
people
wanna
ask that
know?
question. Well, it depends. If you love food, you do want to know.
I
It's
do.
pork
Okay.
liver
I
and
love pate.
pork belly. And then we put several other secret ingredients in there to make ours different.
Love pate.
And then this is a special sauce we use called char siu sauce. It's got about 10 or 15 different ingredients. It gives it kind of that umami flavor that you're looking for in a banh mi. So put a little bit of that on there.
Now, are you making just the Dang original
Yeah,
on
this
your
is the Dang
menu?
original.
Okay.
Yeah, this is kind of like
this
our-
is what you're going to get.
Your
Yeah, this is our
signature
signature sandwich. And then the nice thing about a banh mi is all banh mi are going to have several vegetables. Usually they're all going to have cucumber. Ours also has some green onion. And then we use herbs like cilantro and mint to go on the banh mi. And then the difference between the Dang original, I think, and other banh mi around town is going to be that we have 4 different kinds of pork. So we start with the pork and the pate, and then we do a steamed pork tenderloin, which has, it's actually banana leaf wrapped pork tenderloin.
Oh.
And so we put about 1.5 ounces in there. And then we've got char siu pork belly, which is another very elaborate recipe.
This really is Texas size.
Yes, this is Texas size. And then the last thing we put in is ground pork. It's got a lot of sesame seeds in
Wow.
there. So,
This looks delicious.
yeah, it's so
No, I
good.
mean, it's the equivalent, the Vietnamese equivalent to, your Italian sandwich,
it
where
is
you've
very
got all
similar.
those different Italian
Yeah.
meats. I'm thinking here you've got these 4 pork meats.
Yeah, it's got 4 different kinds of pork. So, it's got about 6 ounces of meat. It's a huge sandwich. And then the last thing we do that is different than most places is we do satay, which
Okay.
is basically peanuts mixed up with a homemade pepper sauce. And like I said, everything at the restaurant is made in-house. You won't find it anywhere else around town.
Well, and I was going to ask you that because it sounds like those 2 meats in particular are very elaborate to
Yes,
make.
they're all like everything's like 12 to 15 ingredients. People have asked us for recipes, and I said I'll be happy to give them to you because it's so time-consuming to make. You probably wouldn't want to make it at home anyways.
Right.
And then the last thing is we take homemade pickled papaya and carrots, and we top it. And I don't have a fried egg here because it wouldn't fit well on television. It was going to be a little bit old at the time, but we top with a fried egg as well.
man.
So this sandwich, and I can cut one. You can kind of see what the inside of it looks like.
Yeah, that's a big sandwich. That's good. That'll fill you up.
Yep, it's a nice big sandwich,
Yeah.
So for for a little over $6 you're going to pay, you're going to get a sandwich that's going to fill you up for the whole day. And we
No, you
wrap
got a
it
lot in
actually
there.
in a Vietnamese newspaper, and that's how we serve it in the restaurant.
I love it. So Dang Banh Mi just opened a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, we just opened 2 weeks ago. Everybody's been really positive about it. We're real excited, and it's kind of been a passion project of ours for about 10 years. And we've been looking for a location in Austin for about 3 years, and finally found a place. And we're excited.
Tell us where you're located
Yeah.
so everybody at home can go and try this Texas-sized Vietnamese sandwich.
Sure, it's at the corner of 183 and Burnett, and it's in the shopping center. There's Trudy's and there's a Pluckers there, and it's in that mall, and that's where we got it open 2 weeks ago.
Easy to get to.
Great.
Congratulations
Thank
on
you
the
very much.
show.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks, Dave, for coming in. We're excited.